2026 doesn't even feel real with what we've been able to see just in the recent month of VR mods. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Call of Duty World at War, one of my all-time favorite Call of Duties here in virtual reality. I've done quite a few different mods going and covering, different zombies mods and stuff like that on Contractors, on Pavlov, but I have yet to ever cover an official Call of Duty game going and playing the original zombies. There is something about just the novelty of actually being in the Call of Duty engine and having the opportunity to go and play this in the actual headset. It is just unbelievable. Even just like the small interactions of like shooting the cans and stuff, being able to go and see just like the buyable stuff here, like everything is to the original game. Like this is running in original World at War. And you're probably asking, where's the mod? How do I get it? How do I download this? How do I play it myself? I've actually just been building this on the side as a little side project for the last month. And I still have a lot more development to go and do, but this is like the first build that I feel like, as a stereo build, actually looks good enough to go and share on YouTube. This is another reason why my upload schedule has been absolutely wonky bonky dick, because I have been so focused on working on this mod, and there's still some issues. So if you go and look, I have some culling issues here and there, where depending on the angle that I'm looking at, like different spots, there'll be certain items and things that just don't load in, which I've been doing a ton of tests lately to go and help with this. The original, if I just go and click F7, this is my bind key for the culling. And if you look behind the character, this is an optimization technique that World at War used to have, well actually still has, where basically anything that's out of the view model of what the player normally sees wouldn't be rendered. So it's supposed to be a huge optimization thing, but for VR, that is a massive no-no, considering that we have an issue with basically, these are parts of the map that need to be loaded in, because if not, and the player decides to go and look the other way, there is literally nothing there. It is a huge, huge issue. So I've been doing a bunch of testing, doing a bunch of just like discovery things to go and actually find out how we could go and pile that all into a toggleable option for VR players. So I've gotten most of it figured out. There's still a few more things that I still need to go and crack down on. On top of that, aim down sight has some issues as well with like depth of field and like different like despawns and stuff. So if I go and zoom in, you'll notice that like, the truck and stuff will sometimes go and despawn when I aim down sight. Even like zombies, if they're at like a different angle, they'll go and despawn. So you'll kind of just be in some weird situations if you're relying on everything just being, seen by the aim down sight and stuff. But huge update as well. There's an issue that I've noticed with World at War that they have a system where you go and knife, and if there's a knife lunge, it actually shifts the camera view, which is very disorienting for VR. So picture like if I'm in the VR headset and all of a sudden, boom! Now I'm like, this is my normal steering view. It's not right. So I've actually just went and binded a controller key to go and recenter myself. So anytime that those like camera shifts happen, I can just click that key and boom, I'm back to business. We can get rolling and it feels freaking Gucci. So far, I'd like to say the mod is coming along very well. This has been over the course of the last month, and I'm really impressed with how this has all come to be. Not to mention, this has basically been very reliant on AI, but I've also been learning a lot during this process too, which is just amazing. So it's been nice to not only be able to go and see the progress that can be made in such a short amount of time using the technology that we have nowadays, but also just to test it on an engine that I hold so dear to my heart, because I started this game back when I was, well, I would have been, let's think, is it 2009 or 2008? I always forget which year it is. I always mix it with MW2s. But what I do know is that I started about a year later after World at War was already released, and I was 10 years old. So, the fact that over 16 years later, after I first started playing this game, I still even remember being at my cousin's house and playing this for the first time. I was just getting absolutely slap-a-roonied. We would go and do our camping strat right up in the top area over here, And it'd maybe be like round 10, and I'd already have like 10 downs. It was freaking brutal, bro. I was an absolute bot. But once I went and played at my cousin's place and realized how much I love Call of Duty Zombies, I was like, I have to get better in some way. I love this already, like, way too much. There's got to be something I can, you know, do to find out, like, ways to get better at this game. So I searched up tutorials. I was like, there's got to be something that I can do to get better. So I went on YouTube at the time, which honestly was, like, it wasn't as big, obviously, as it is today. But I found this creator known as Yodi Slayer. And this man was an absolute legend. I saw his custom zombies content that he was making. I just saw, like, how he played World at War. And I just absolutely fell in love with wanting to learn more and more and more about this game. And sure enough, after however many years of watching Yodi Slayer, that eventually inspired me to go and create my channel myself and start doing zombies content, going and covering custom maps, going and doing high rounds, all sorts of other stuff too. And lo and behold, today, we are still playing Call of Duty Zombies, just in a way that wasn't necessarily expected. We are now playing in virtual reality, and it's come along so well, man. I am so happy with this progress, and I'm just excited to see the future of what we have for VR modding. Like, this is only a month of tackling this. Imagine once we can get, like, other talented modders that actually know so much more about, like, the code of World at War, like, literally just the brains of all this stuff. We're gonna be able to take this stuff to the next level, dude. And, like, I am just so freaking stoked. Another huge add-on, too, that I need to mention, the nice part is this doesn't only apply to custom zombies and regular zombies. This mod actually allows the full campaign, to my knowledge. I'll have to go and do a full playthrough. But to my knowledge, it should have full campaign support. As long as there isn't, like, certain events that the VR can't override, that'd be the only issue that I might run into. But other than that, if I can get through a bunch of the custom zombies maps, I'm sure that campaign shouldn't be too difficult to go and get rolling too. So I'm just excited to get that going. But also, very big update as well. So there's one thing that you'll notice, especially with a lot of these VR mods that are coming out, for older Call of Duty titles, there's a little bit of an issue that we have with the view models. So again, this is another shortcut that old games would go and implement, which is anytime that a player wasn't supposed to see a certain thing, the games would just choose not to go and not optimize, but they would choose not to go and develop textures for certain sides and whatever that players wouldn't see for the sake of optimization. So you'll notice that the view model here, it has like a weird like see-through thing. It's not even like actually physically attached to the body. On top of that, certain weapons will not be rendered on the other sides. So you can kind of see where the shortcuts that the devs would take on these gun models and arm models and all that stuff. But something that I want to implement, in case people don't like the jarring look of these floating arms, is if I go and press F6, you can actually just go and toggle the floating guns. Eventually, what would be ideal is that I could go in, basically in my OpenXR runtime, I could go and create different, like, Blender models that would be, you know, just placement hands for, you know, like, floating hands, or maybe even, like, arm models as well. Oh my goodness, this guy is freaking bolting. Give me a second, okay? I am utterly panicking not having good weapons right now. The fact that I only have a Thompson, I shouldn't even say I don't have good weapons, considering I literally have a freaking MG. But the terrifying part about World at War is that this game is relentless, bro. Like, no joke, it is freaking brutal. Anytime that you go and play Nocturne Untone, if you are not really in your mojo, it is very easy for you to get dropped very quickly, considering that it is a 2-hit down, and I do not have quick revives. I'm going to be a newbie patootie here if I go down before round 10. I'd be very disappointed, considering that we do actually have a pretty decent weapon. I want to try to go and get a ray gun, bro. I want to see the wonder weapons, see how good they look like on this map. I should have went and played another one with the Wonder Waff, because I feel like that would look incredible in the VR headset too. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to at least just go and start with our first ever, like, actual showcase of a VR project. I want it to be on Nocturne Untone. I just feel like it'd be super special to go and do it on the first ever zombies map ever created. But let's go and continue. I want to see if whether or not and get lucky enough to get a little ray gun. And unfortunately, we got ourselves some frickin' Molotovs. I don't even think I have a binding for the other special grenades yet. I should probably look into that. I used to have it as my grab option, but I actually rebinded that to my aim down sights, just so I could get the guns looking a little bit better in terms of like my centering and stuff. I still have a lot more work to go and do, like in terms of like the centering for like my gun control, because there's another thing with World at War that I didn't notice with the COD 4 mod that I went and tested, is the fact that this game has like a view bubble that the guns and the player model are attached to. So it's a little bit of an issue, which is really sad to see. Basically, if I try to move my gun too far to the right or left, it gets caught on almost the edge of this player bubble that it's never supposed to leave. I assume it's a way to like keep players from ever basically altering the game files of being able to go and change that type of stuff. But for VR modding, it makes it a little bit hard, because if I turn my head and I want to turn my gun that way, obviously that becomes a pretty big issue for what we're doing. So I have to solve a lot of things in this. But hopefully, the more and more I keep developing on this mod, and also hopefully by the help of the community as well, we'll be able to go and crack down on this more and be able to like just really build this project for the VR fans. Like, I'm already loving the state that it's in. It still does not hold a torch to where Pavlov and Contractors are at the moment. I mean, those games are just simply phenomenal in the state that they're at. But there is something very special about playing actual Call of Duty World at War in the headset. Like, it's just the gun sounds, the visuals, everything lines up to the T. Pavlov and Contractors do it very well, but of course it's not exact. So it's a little bit different in that state. Oh my gosh, I just realized as well, there's a floating speed loader for the Magnum. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just chill for a moment. Your boy needs to not die this early on. That'd be very nice. Oh! Let me go! It's so scary, bro. Okay, this is... I feel a little bit stiff. I'm so used to, like, having so much more versatility with VR. But with this mod, I'm a little bit more limited to using my smooth... Was that a triple collat? Buddy, old pal. Okay, we still... Ah! No, don't wiggle, don't wiggle. Oh, let me run, let me run. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. We're totally okay. I had to wiggle in-game with my headset position in order to avoid that. Oh my goodness, these guys are just relentless. Okay, give me a moment, please. I would like to grab that double points, but I guess you just don't want me to get it. We got an insta-kill, a double points, except I already killed all the frickin' zombies. There really wasn't much use of that. We'll grab that for the nuke, though. Wouldn't be too bad. Magnum isn't horrible. Like, out of everything, I mean, it's pretty dang good. Just look at this, dude. So clean, bro. Okay, I'm gonna go and grab the FG now. You are already charging. Oh my goodness, boys. Can we just chill for a moment? I would like to get either a flamethrower or potentially, if we could. This thing is that bad? Already on, what, round 8 or 9? It's insane to me. Come on, give me the luck! I just need to get a ray gun! Give me the luck. This FG is not gonna cut it. At all. Oh my goodness. Let me go! If I die, I die. Honestly, this is a pretty scuffed way of playing World at War, so if I die, I wouldn't be sweating it too hard. I would just like to at least last to round 10, so I wouldn't feel like an absolute freaking buffoon. But still, this video is just to showcase the mod for the most part. I'm not here to go for high rounds. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll. Your boy still got it. Oh my gosh. The fact that we're playing in this much of a scuffed way and we're still able to make this happen is pretty incredible. Go! Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle! Woo! I literally just dove at my freaking desk, bro. I was not going to let it happen off of that. I was like, I've already fought this long for this round. I'm not going to let it go down that way. And that insta-kill might actually carry to next round. Let's go! Okay. Perfect. But yeah, let me know if you guys are excited about this. I know that the COD 4 one, there was quite a few players out there that were excited to see that. But I feel like there's just something about it. Like, Not about the mod, but about COD 4. Like, I didn't grow up with that game. I started with World at War as, like, my first major COD. So I guess I just wasn't, like... I wouldn't say I wasn't as excited for it, because I still absolutely love the fact that we were able to play COD 4 in VR that way. Like, it's freaking awesome. But, obviously, I'm a little bit more partial to playing... I don't have money. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, my God! I don't know what I'm doing. I legit almost just got myself completely freaking steamrolled. Oh, my goodness. Okay, just try to hoard them up as well as we can. There is something that's a little bit nice about playing the VR version, is that I have a little bit more of a wide... Ooh, this is bad. This is very bad. I have a bit of a wider view, which actually kind of allows me to have a little bit more versatility with training here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me switch my guns. We gotta go crazy, boys. Woo! Let me roll! Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're totally okay. This M1 Garand is not pinging the ping. I'm just gonna go and hit the freaking nuke. We'll grab 400 point the Roonies. I gotta keep my distance because I remember nukes not being the greatest in World at War, and they still attack you, even though that the nuke went off. But we're gonna wait for this out actually, because we might be able to go and get a good amount of this. Baby, oh baby, oh baby! I am so friggin' stoked. Okay, let me go and throw on the view model now. Okay, that is what the view model normally looks like. If you guys didn't know what the ray gun looked like from a outer view, welcome. This is the cursed ray gun. Oh, I don't know why my points glitched out. Hello? Did I do an oopsie? Wait, oh, I might have broke the ray gun stuff, like the projectiles. Okay, so that's something I need to fix. I need to be also very careful because I can easily die to this thing. So hip firing does not work in terms of the ray gun projectiles yet. I now know that. Woo! The only way it works is if I actually aim down sight. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, be super careful. I'm going to go and actually jump back over here. And then we will go and do our little catwalk camping strat here in a sec. This is wild, bro. Like, it feels unbelievable to be playing this way. Did I accidentally turn something else off? I feel like I broke things. I don't even see the round indicator anymore. What did I do? Am I stupid? I feel like I must have clicked another button that I wasn't supposed to click. Because now my points and everything are glitching out. I did an oopsie, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't supposed to click certain things, and yet I did. And here we are now. Breaking the map by yours truly. But I want to actually use the ray gun a little bit here. So if we're lucky enough. Here we go. Baby. It feels so good. Look at this beautiful thing. It's crazy to see just the old school. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Oh, no. I'm going to die here. I'm going to die here. Oh, no. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention, but it's fine. I need to reload. I need to reload. I need to reload. Please don't hit me. Oh, I didn't reload. Ah! We're done, Zo. We're so done. Let me roll. Let me roll. Goodness, bro. That got a little bit intense. Okay, so it doesn't help that my stuff glitched out on visuals-wise. My ray gun is scuffed. And, yeah, we've learned a few things. I have not done any testing with the ray gun. It turns out that when you aim down sights, it works accurately. But if you don't, it just shoots from whatever cursor view the regular location is. So I need to figure out how to rebind that. But for now, we're just going to have to stick to doing our little aim down sight cheese to make this work. The other problem is that we have depth of field on. So it gets super blurry. And sometimes we'll even block out the zombies if I'm not paying attention. Okay, let's go. Let me roll. This is going to be wild to watch back, dude. I can't wait to see the footage because it should, theoretically, if everything works the correct way, everything should be recorded from what I'm seeing in the headset as the actual visuals you guys are seeing on video, which is so cool. You guys get to see it in all of its broken glory. But dude, as like a first like V1 build of this, I am beyond stoked with the way this is coming along. I'm gonna go and throw the view models on just for now. I wonder if I clicked any other accidental batons that could have caused this stuff to glitch. I just want to see what this like. Oh, bro. The ray gun is just so scum. Look at my hand, bro. It's so disgusting. But I gotta see the reload animation at least once with these hands. With the hands, bro. It's so scuffed. Okay, you know what? That's not as bad. When the hand's like that close. Oh, no. Oh, this might be it, boys. This might be all she wrote. No! I need to be careful for splash damage as well. I don't know how close in VR I can actually go to on this. Goodness. But, yes, I do want to also answer some of the questions in here. If you guys have any other questions about, like, what exactly the VR build entails, it does have 6 degrees of freedom. It's just I need to figure out how to separate the actual gun model from only being, like, front-facing when I use, like, smooth turn and stuff. Because usually I have to go and, like, recenter by using my smooth turn. So that's typically, like, how I've been kind of using my current movement to have this centered. But I'm still able to go and, like, fully turn around, like, physically. It's just, obviously, the gun can't go all the way back yet. So I got some certain things, some certain kinks in the hose, if some would say, that I need to figure out. I could have swore that was over the barrier. But I guess no mercy. That is, that is one way that I don't think I've ever died unknocked that we're just going to have to leave in. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to make for this video of showcasing Call of Duty World at War here inside of virtual reality. An unfortunate down. I feel like we could have definitely avoided that in a lot of ways. But hopefully you ended up enjoying this video. And if you want to see more content made on this, and possibly, even in the state that we're in, this is pretty playable. So I want to go and actually do some custom zombies maps and go and explore some of those. Some of the OGs that I grew up on, watching Yodi Slayer go and play, I think it'd just be super, super sick. But yeah, that being said, guys, that's going to make for this video. If you ended up enjoying it, want to see more content, drop a little like and sub. And yeah, on that, guys, as always, keep it toasty, my friends. Laters! I got some shells for you, boy! Oh, it's in his eye! Oh, I fixed it! I would have died! Well, right here. No. Armageddon! Yeah! Why in the heck do you not have clothes? You took my banana, and now you must suffer the consequences!